First item is the traffic signal pole that was knocked down at the intersection of Pine and Central. We are currently having a new pole fabricated locally. We couldn't find anything already made that would work. We looked at various different options for temporary until we could get a new one ordered, a standard pole. But anyways, we were able to work it out to have it fabricated locally. We'll take delivery on the 13th with the install to begin on the 14th. The plan is to have it all done and ready to go before school starts on the 18th. Otherwise, we were going to be in trouble. But a few other items I just wanted to mention real quick on where we stand on the projects. Industrial Park Road's nearing completion. The striping is scheduled for Tuesday of next week. We've got some miscellaneous concrete items left to finish up next week. Those should be done. And then the rest of the cleanup and sort of the detail work around the road will be done within the next few weeks. We'll be closing that project out. Windsor Drive is coming close to completion on the drainage project. We should have all the concrete work done on Windsor in order to have it open to normal traffic by the 18th is our goal, with school starting then. And then it'll probably be through the end of August for the remainder of the project along Crestwood and the other streets there. We are scheduled to begin overlaying those roads early September. We're trying to make sure we don't get that scheduled too quick because we need Butch May to be out of there with his work. We also have several other overlays that will be starting. You'll see a little bit of prep work starting next week with probably no paving until the week of the 18th. Portions of Spring, Wolf, Eagle, Liberty, Sherman, and Alma are included in this project. It's a little over 1.6 miles. Our Cherry Waterline project will be done in about 4 to 5 weeks, and we'll be moving on to a project to replace the remainder of the water line that we've not gotten to on South Pine. We're working on the easement acquisitions right now and should be sending plans down to the health department shortly as soon as we make sure we don't have to change anything for easements. We've got a sewer rehab project on Rogers. We're about 2 to 3 weeks out, having that complete. And then our phase 2 at the wastewater plant is probably 2 to 3 months until everything's complete out there. We still have no permit from the ADEQ. Just a quick update on that whole regulatory process. Nothing's changed much in the last 6 months, other than they keep telling us they're closer to approving the UAA study and letting us start third-party rulemaking. I believe that is all I have, unless somebody has any questions on anything else. Thank you.
Any other department heads have anything to need to address council with?
I just finished the financial statements literally like 3 minutes ago, so if you want to come grab them after the meeting, I'll be done.
Committee reports. Community Environment Services and Welfare.
No report.
Finance.
No report.
Internal Affairs. Public Safety.
No report.
Public Works and Transportation. Resources and Policy.
They'll be coming up.
All right. We have ordinances, resolutions. We have a fire pension ordinance, millage extension resolution. You have that in front of you, I believe.
I make a motion that we as a council approve this resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the resolution extending the levy on the 6/10 mill property tax. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 2013 revised budget approval resolution. It'll also be in front of you.
I make a motion that we approve this resolution.
A second.
I have a motion and a second to approve that resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have a resolution for to set the capital expenditure approval at $2,500, and that was something that we've been following. It's been state law, I guess, for a long time, or state policy anyway.
Yeah, we had to actually set up a policy for our fixed assets of a dollar amount. This is the policy we've been following ever since I've been here, and from my understanding, it's the last 10 to 20 years. We just needed it in a resolution.
Yeah, the legislative audit said we needed a resolution on file.
Make a motion, we approve this resolution.
I'll second.
Second?
A motion and a second to approve that resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any old business to discuss? New business? That's all I have for tonight. Yes.
A little bit old business.
Okay.
Alderman Griffin had asked that I bring some revised maps on the planning commission. I've hung 2 of them up here. I couldn't really accomplish what he wanted on a map that'd be small enough to hand out for each one of you. But this shows the roads, and we've named the major roads in order to keep it readable, to show where the new planning boundary is. I've asked that you take a look at this so that we can move this forward. The blue here is the city limits. We have an orange line that signifies what we're proposing as the new planning boundary, and then this yellow is what the old was. And just a quick reminder, the reason we're doing this is state law changed, which basically is requiring us to pull our planning boundary to no more than 1 mile outside the city limits. Our next step, really what we're looking for right now is just to make sure that the council's not going to have any problems with it, because what we need to do is go ahead and develop a legal description, and go ahead and have the planning commission formally approve it so that we can move forward. Is that, Van, your understanding and mine is that this is actually a planning commission item. We're just wanting to
That's correct.
let the council have some input before we go too far down the road.
Planning Commission has already reviewed it and they're
Yes.
on board pretty much.
Yeah, and we just thought it would be a good idea to let the council have a look at it.
I'd make a motion that we approve these planning boundaries as presented to us. I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the planning boundaries as presented. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Anything else this evening?
Are we going to discuss anything about the Glenview Street closing?
That's entirely up to you guys. Put it on the agenda.
We'll wait.
We gotta wait for committee on that.
I think we should, if that's okay.
We have some people here, I just wondered.
The job brought it up that would be on it tonight. But he's not here.
September,
Your pleasure.
I think if anybody wants to speak, they
Yeah.
can speak.
yeah.
I'd let them go ahead and address the council, and then, as we all received from Fire Chief, we received her mail earlier this week too.
Did you all get it? You all not seen anything that the fire chief has sent out though? It's text. You all have never seen anything that the fire chief sent to us this week?
No, I was here last week, and she had no problem with getting in and out of there.
No.
There's 2 ways in, it's like Walmart. I've been a resident here for a long time. I've worked with energy, I've worked with the state police, fire, ambulances, and all that. And the neighborhood is good out there. We've got a few apartments, have trouble occasionally, but we got some good people in the street right now. And it's been a good neighborhood. I see no reason to open the floodgates, to let more traffic through there. There's not a real problem. The police are not out there very much, but there's no problem getting in there. I worked for many years getting into a lot more things than that.
Did we not
Spent
do
a
that
lot
on
doing
the
that.
damn boat thing? Did we not do it? I'll make a motion, we leave them up.
I'll second.
Well, a motion to amend the.
I don't know, we don't have this on the agenda, so I don't know if we're going to treat it tonight.
It's not a special meeting.
No, it's not a special meeting either, but I mean, it's just not on the agenda. I don't object to what you're doing, but it's, If no one else objects, then go ahead and go with it.
Mayor, your motion includes, Dan, Mayor, your motion includes the fact that they will return it to the original location,
I didn't know they'd been moved.
is that correct?
The one on the Crestview is 25 feet too far east.
Needs to be moved back.
Oh, but it's always been where it's presently located.
Yes, but it needs to be moved 25 feet west, where it should have been.
Well, I'm probably not gonna amend my motion to move it, till we look at it later on. I'll leave my motion as stands.
Could I add something, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
There's traffic going in and around that. But if you go out there and look, most of that is coming through the field out there and not from local people out there. I mean, anybody can go out there and look. You know, I've lived there a long time, 37 years. And we pretty much know what's going on out there.
See, Mr. Tabor lives right here. Comes right out of his backyard, right across that. His daughter lives right there. So instead of walking, he just gets in his vehicle and comes right over there. That's where a lot of this around it is.
The data that I got from the police and the fire both, the fire department has had, in 15 years, they've had 14 calls in that area. And in the 2 years, the police have had 14 calls, I believe it was 14 calls in 2 years. So there's not that much activity going on up there, so there's really no need to, the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think this is what we're at. I think we need to leave them up.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Move with her.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
This program is brought to you as a public service of KTKO Channel 8, Harrison.